Good afternoon, class, and welcome back to episode number 4 of the Keller video blog series. Today, we're jumping right on into positive psychology and the psychology of our own happiness, what we can do to better set ourselves up for success and better maximize our potential as we navigate through our everyday lives. So, in looking at this PowerPoint, there is a lot to digest, but there are two things that really stood out to me that definitely impacted myself personally in getting myself to this point in my life, but definitely two things that are going to have left a lasting impact on myself moving forward. So as we jump into this PowerPoint, we're introduced to the 5 steps that we can take to increase our own positive genius. Now, first and foremost, positive genius is defined as the ability to create a positive reality on a consistent basis. It turns out to be the greatest precursor of success, performance, and even happiness. Your potential grows out of positive genius. So with that being said, our positive genius is basically how we're able to view a given situation. Do we view it negatively, like, oh, we're never going to be able to accomplish this? Or do we attack it with a grain of salt and we're like, all right, here's what we got to do to get this done. Here's how we're going to do it. So with that in mind, there were 5 steps that the book has described that we can take to increase our positive genius, but one of which really stood out to me, and that was very crucial, and it was eliminating the negative noise. How do you eliminate those outside influences or voices inside of your head that are going to constantly tell you reasons why you can't do something? Now, examples of noise consists of worry, your self-doubt, your fear, your anxiety, jealousy of others, and even just negative thoughts as a whole. But before we jump on into this, the book distinguishes the difference between our own positive signal and that negative noise that we are fighting with every single day. So, our signal is the information that is true, reliable, and alerts you to the opportunities, possibilities, and resources that will help you reach your fullest potential. The noise is everything else. Any information that is negative, false, or unnecessary, or that prevents us from perceiving a world in which success is possible. Negative noise can be a number of things, and the book goes into detail here and really just does a great job of highlighting the 4 criteria in which noise can be categorized for us to really dive in deeper into finding methods that we can use to prevent noise from impacting our decision process. So number 1 of the 4 criteria was unusable. If the noise is deemed unusable, your behavior will not be altered by the information. Number 2, untimely. The noise that you're taking in is you're not gonna use that information imminently, and it could change by the time you do end up using it. Number 3 is hypothetical. Noise that is based on what someone else believes could be instead of what actually is. And number 4, distracting. Noise that just distracts you from your goals. Things that get in the way. So with those 4 very vague kind of categories identified, you can kind of then look at specific examples of things in your life and then find a way to categorize those and take different steps to navigate those different types of noises and find ways to get around them so they don't affect your outlook. Now the book then goes into 6 ways to eliminate negative noise, which I found were also very necessary and very helpful in kind of just checking yourself every single time you're letting something get in the way. So 6 ways to eliminate noise. Nose check your life. Really just kind of be honest and point blank with yourself and kind of look yourself in the mirror and identify what's getting in the way, what is telling you you can't do something, what is the reason you believe you can't do something, and really just you got to be honest with yourself and really just sit yourself down and take it with a grain of salt. Number 2, do the 5% experiment. For 2 weeks, try to decrease your information intake by just 5%. A lot of the noise is just people taking other people's opinions 100% of the time and not believing in themselves or letting what other people say affect their happiness and how they're approaching a situation. So for me, especially just with the age of technology and all that, I found that, by putting my phone down, I take in less information because I'm not just aimlessly scrolling on social media, and it kind of just does take out that noise factor, and I don't have as many sources of and as many voices, I guess you could say, in my head. 3, create active noise canceling. That could also be just putting your phone down, finding ways to really just cancel out that noise, doing stuff to get your mind off of it, things like that. Number 4 is fact-checking. Don't take everything you hear for face value. Don't let someone else's words get in your head without really fact-checking it and making sure what they're saying is authentic. You could let someone really get in your head just based off of misinformation. This really just kind of goes parallels with the hypothetical criteria of noise, believing what someone else thinks could be instead of what actually is. So being able to fact check and find the truth in any situation is definitely worth knowing. And then the other two, do a 5-minute writing exercise, and just exercise in general. Those two things, just again, getting your mind off of it and channeling that energy into a positive way, and really ways that can benefit you as a person, physically, mentally, and while at the same time just getting your mind off of the noise that is weighing you down. So I thought the eliminating negative noise was something that definitely needed to be touched on. I thought it really spoke to me because a lot of your positive outlook and the way you see life is affected by the types of noise you have in your circle, who's speaking into your life, things of that nature. So to me, this was definitely worth talking about and was one of the bigger points in the strategies depicted by the book that I wanted to talk about. The next topic of which was positive inception. And this comes after, we built up our positive genius. We got it to a comfortable point. Positive inception is to be a true positive genius. It is not enough to just create the most valuable reality for yourself, but that final step is to bring that reality to other people, our teams, colleagues, family members, groups we're in, and other circles of influences we find ourselves in. How do we channel our positive outlook and what we've built ourselves? How do we channel that so others also share that same outlook and share that positive genius that we built for ourselves? So the book does a good job of describing two really big benefits to why this is important in a group setting. Number one, it's easier to sustain your own positive reality and build on your own successes when we help others to raise their levels of positive genius as well. If you've gotten to a point where, say, you're a captain of a team and you've done a really great job every single day of showing up, bringing the energy, bringing the juice, and you do a great job of uplifting everyone, making sure they're doing what needs to get done. Well, then what happens if we all have those days where we just don't have it in ourselves? We don't have that self-motivation. It's down. It could be any number of external noise, whatever, could have you down for a certain day. But if you've built your team up to where they embody your positive genius that you've built, then even when you're down, the rest of the team is there to help pick you back up. And then it just kind of works conversely back and forth. You're there for them, they're there for you. So that first benefit of positive inception really speaks to me in that regard. Number two, positive inceptions can help others tap into their multiple intelligences and cognitive resources, and thereby create happier and more successful teams, families, and individuals. I don't know if there's a better feeling to me, but seeing someone get out of like a slump, kind of like, when someone's been like really quiet for a little while and then all of a sudden you can just tell their mood's been uplifted, they're being more positive, they're more into it, they've more bought into what you're doing as a team. That is a really great feeling, and that to me embodies number two here on why a positive inception as a team is a benefit to you as an organization. Being able to create happier, more successful teams, and getting others to a point to where they are confident, and you can see that confidence in them. I think it speaks volumes, but I don't want to get on a rant too long here on positive inception, but I thought those two elements of positive psychology and really how we go about building our own happiness, building our own positive genius, I thought those two were very crucial and very important to understand as we each progress in our own timelines and getting happier and building our own positive genius. So thank you all for tuning in to episode 4, and we'll see you all in episode 5 very soon. Talk to you on the next one. We'll see you later.